Okay, Shalom, Shalom. Kwam Yasha Allah, Koholoyim La Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim, Kahachodash, double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well, and that by the Spirit taught us this beautiful truth, and just want to state the water to all the Akim and Akwaf that's out here sincerely keeping the laws, the statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai to the best of their ability. This is Yahana Nawah. Just coming at you with another quick lesson, praying that it's edifying by the Spirit. And this article, and I've been seeing quite a few articles, people are pretty much ashamed of America's 250th anniversary. It's not going well. The damn prices are up. Your gas prices, people are not going to be able to travel like how they normally would. It's going to be pretty much some unaffordable shit. Motherfuckers going to be getting, when you think that, when you have a party, and it's something that's big that's been coming along for quite some time. You're trying to do it big, but you got these Americans, they're broke as hell now because of the policies of Esau, Edom, and this war in Iran, and everything is just, the mirth is gone. The Lord is really just punching this guy in his stomach, making him spit up his lunch, and the mirth is gone. So it's not a good look, man, for this 250th anniversary, so-called. People not, they're not with it. You're gonna have a few of those baby boomers. The people that's around Trump age that remember when America was great. The guys that's in their 80s. They can remember back to when they was 12, 13, and they was able to throw a big ass brick at you, Jake, crack you over the fucking head, laugh, and string you up in a damn tree and all that shit like that. But you got those, but this newer generation of Americans, they not feeling it. They like, well, what about us? They're not feeling the American dream part of this thing, man. But anyway, let's get into some of the article. It says, MS Now anchor feels deep unease about celebrating America's 250th birthday. U.S. has never fully reckoned with its racist past, and it's not going to. The Lord is going to reckon with it. This has been a prison yard, or pretty much an overall prison for the Israelites, you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. And the Lord done that for a reason. It's prophetic, but Jake, you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, you are the real Hebrew Israelites, and you've been disobedient and been idol worshipers for quite some time. And the Lord has put us in captivity after captivity after captivity, and this is the last one. And this was the most crucial one. And since this didn't work for you niggas, because a lot of these niggas gonna go out here, they still gonna go all out. They gonna celebrate their 250th anniversary of slavery. They're gonna go all out. They're gonna spend far more money than the so-called white man would ever spend on some shit like this. They're gonna get new shoes. They're gonna get, haircuts. Bitches gonna get new front laces. They gonna get wigs. They gonna get, they gonna rent cars. They gonna, motherfucker might try and get a private jet and fly somewhere. They're gonna try and show up in extravagant style. They're gonna travel all across the country, even though this gas is high as hell. And they're gonna show up for that one weekend and just take pictures and show that they are who they are. But anyway, it's not looking well, because it's a lot of music artists that have dropped out of the I think Trump talking about canceling the music part of it, because everybody is dropping out. All these artists are, they like, I don't want nothing to do with that shit. I don't want to be attached to Trump, basically. Okay, but it says, MS Now anchor Ali Velshi told his viewers on Sunday he feels a deep unease about the celebrating of the U.S.'s 250th birthday, in large part due to the country's unresolved racial politics. He also slammed America as a so-called democracy during a rant on his program. Anniversaries are imperfect records of the thing which is being celebrated. In America's case, anniversaries often gloss over the racial dynamics underlying much of America's history and politics, issues that remain unsolved because America has never actually fully reckoned with its racist past and its original founding sin of slavery. He continued, in 1 month, America will mark 250th anniversary of its founding. Like previous anniversaries, there's a deep unease about this. I feel a deep unease about the celebration to which I am invited to mark the 250th anniversary of our so-called democracy. And this is really going into some division, because you're going to have, it's going to be that same proud ass half that's going to celebrate because How dare you tell us we shouldn't celebrate the best country in the world? We don't give a fuck about what we done to these people, you know. But then you're gonna have that half that's like, you know, the ones that throw their weight on you niggas that really don't care about you. Them other Edomites that, you know, they want to tag you with fucking LGBTQ, or they want to tag you with, you know, their bullshit organization, and then they put you together and say, see, we're all suffering together, so let's all march together, and you niggas don't get it. It says, he continued in 1 month. Let me see, we got that part. Okay, Velsi, who was born in Kenya in the late 1960s and grew up in Canada, became a U.S. citizen in 2015. He continued explaining why he feels anxious about celebrating the nation's 250th birthday bash. Well, your ass, you're not even from here, so you should be chilling out too, nigga. Shit. The 250th year anniversary is taking place during yet another period of deep and fundamental and existential unrest in this country, brought on by the country's unresolved racial politics. That's what this is. Women and black Americans have seen, see how they put the bullshit together. Why not just say black Americans? Why you got to put the fucking women in there? Because they're women of black Americans, right? But they do shit like this. I'm surprised he didn't say LGBTQ. Women and black Americans have seen their rights taken away. The fuck you talking about? And there's no such thing as black people, man. We're not black. We're different shades of brown people. We are the Hebrew Israelites. You know, fucking women. And black women are on top in this place, man. Fuck these women. The Voting Rights Act has effectively been gutted. Yeah, good. God damn it. A number of states are continuing to gerrymander their congressional maps ahead of the midterm elections, with the explicit effect of taking away political power from black Americans. Louisiana did exactly that just a few days ago. It passed a new map that eliminated black majority districts. Well, good for you niggas. You thinking you're a fucking American. He added, if you've got conflicting feelings about America's upcoming anniversary, like you want to celebrate the ideas that America strives for, which are noble and should be celebrated, but lament the state of the country, you're not alone. At least I'm with you on this. Well, America's trash and this place is through. And the Lord is just exposing this place and exposing Esau for who he really is. Because they understand that they're dying off quicker than they're being born. You know? And see, you, Jake, you just got to pull away. Matter of fact, let me get that in Micah. You got to just leave this place alone. Let these white people, let these so-called white people, because they're actually pinkish to reddish in color, let them go ahead and fall, man, because they're going to fall. You getting in the way is going to get you a part of the fall with them. 2/3 Jake out here just fighting for Esau and his kingdom to stay alive. Micah 2:10, arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest. Because it is polluted, it shall destroy you, even with the sword destruction. You Jake, you just get the fuck away from these people. Jake can kill the whole. If you want to really just do real damage to America, considering where it's at already with the prices on gas and prices on food and prices on this and prices on that. If you so-called blacks really just had some common fucking sense and you just say, you know what, we're not gonna celebrate this day. Because niggas gonna do it. Niggas is the one that keeps the engine going. Niggas gonna go out and spend all their money to celebrate the 250th year anniversary of their slavery. And they're gonna keep the engine moving. If they were to just stop for just this one day, they can go ahead and crash America. America will crash. You got tariffs. They're not able to get the fireworks like how they used to, because China got them. They got the tariffs from China because China make all the fireworks, right? China make all these little fucking American flags that you see. The little American flags you seen at Memorial Day on all these graves a couple of days back. China made those. So you're not gonna see fireworks like that. You know you're not gonna be, and fireworks expensive as fuck. I noticed when I walked into Walmart about a month back, they already had the displays up. As soon as you walk in to the right, as soon as you grab your little cart, they got the fireworks right at the door. And I was looking at the prices like, well, these people out their fucking minds, man. $60, $70 for some little bitty box of fucking firecrackers and shit like that. Like, you crazy as hell. And people was passing on by that shit because who the fuck, you're going to have some stupid, doofy ass niggas that's going to do it. But people are using common sense like, nah, this shit, I'm barely getting anything in a grocery basket anyway. So Why would I put money on that shit when I can just go ahead and get me a box of ramen noodles, a case of water, maybe a carton of eggs, you know what I'm saying, for that $70. Anyway, yeah, man, depart from this place, man. This is not our rest. Let's get this. We're glad to see this place fall. I just seen an article on Charles Barkley, doofy ass. That dude, man. He's another fucking real simp for America. Proverbs 3:31, envy thou not the oppressor and choose none of his ways. Like, you just chill, man. You're not supposed to be choosing the ways of Esau, Edom. We're in this captivity. We ride this shit out. We almost out of this shit. You know what I'm saying? And we keep it moving. What are you celebrating with your fucking enemy for? Because Jake a party to anything. They can't just, say, you know what, today is Tuesday. I feel like throwing something on the grill. I'm going to, grab me a little wine or a drink. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to get what I want to eat and, invite, some people over and just enjoy themselves on a random Tuesday. No, Jake can't do shit like that. It's got to be one of these Edomites holidays and them telling you when you can celebrate something for you to get out here and actually really enjoy yourselves. So you can enjoy yourself any day of the week. But Jake will go all out, man. They renting cars. They driving all across the country. They doing it all. You got 5 fucking kids in the house. You buying them all new outfits. It's not because they really need clothing. It's because you trying to have them dressed to the T for this so-called white man's bullshit ass holiday, man. So you, Jake, man, y'all need to wake the fuck up, man, and realize what's really going on. These so-called white people, when they say independence, they didn't mean yours. They about to celebrate having your ass in captivity. That's gonna be a large portion of why they're gonna be celebrating. It's the independence. Well, okay, well, it's 1776, and then they'll tell you, don't think on slavery. That was a long time ago. But here you go. They're about to celebrate 250 years of a long time ago on your ass. And then tell one of these so-called white people, I'm not saying do it, but I'm saying just in general, if you were to tell one of these so-called white people, I don't celebrate on 4th of July. I'm not going to be celebrating the 250th year anniversary of this country. And they're going to be offended. And they're going to want to put hands on you. And if you're in a situation where, they got numbers on you, they will put hands on you. All you can do is just fakely say, oh, you too. Have a good holiday. Yeah, you too. Just use some wisdom. Oh, yeah, go ahead, you too. You ain't got to tell them about, I'll be damned if I buy anything for this shit. I'm going to have a salad, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, I'll fast on that day and pray for the downfall of this fucking place, man. Anyway, I didn't want to keep it long. But, again, matter of fact, let's see. Because, Trump, he's talking about doing something. I'm just going to put in our music artists turning down the 250th anniversary and you got a bunch of whack ass people that's on the card too, some damn Vanilla Ice. Who the fuck listening to Vanilla Ice? There's only a few people that's hanging on. See, it says yes, major musicians are participating in the 250th anniversary celebration, though the lineup has been highly controversial. A major 16-day event called the Great American State Fair is scheduled on the National Mall. However, the event, backed by President Trump through the nonprofit Freedom 250, faced a wave of cancellations. Yeah, because people canceling. Yeah, look at this shit. The backlash. Several high-profile artists, including Martina McBride, Bret Michaels, the Commodores, Young MC, and Mars Day, which these people are irrelevant, man, but they do go back, you know what I'm saying? They had hits and shit back in the days. Withdrew from the event. Many of these artists cited a heated political environment, claiming they were misled into believing the event would be a straight nonpartisan. Well, I don't know why you thought that. You're listening to a damn liar. The lineup, despite the dropouts, artists such as Vanilla Ice and Flo Rida are still slated to perform. Who are who's listening to these niggas, man? Who the fuck is listening to Vanilla Ice and Flo Rida? That's whacking itself. It says, aside from the Washington, D.C. event, multiple regional and classical performances such as Jim Brickman's piano concerts in Tennessee and chamber music series in Rhode Island, are also celebrating the milestone across the country. Like, who cares about these people? But it's been more people that's done dropped out. As far as I know, a bunch of megas is in the comment boards talking about how you've lost me as a fan. I was with you for the beginning and all this other shit. Don't nobody want to be associated with Trump. All this shit this guy got going on. And then in the meanwhile, in the backdrop, Israel just running y'all shit. And they got this World Cup shit coming here. Like, that shit is gonna be people can't afford that shit, bro. There used to be able to be a time, man, where you could, for $60, man, you can have a whole great weekend for $60. I'm talking about from Friday all the way through to Monday. $60 ain't gonna get you none but a goddamn Coke, a hamburger, and some fries, possibly. That's it. We ain't gonna consider trying to get some gas to get to the event. Talking about the American dollar. The dollar is strong. No, the dollar is not strong. If the dollar was strong, the dollar would get you more. Your dollar would get you more. It's not supposed to get you less, man. Anyway, yeah, this place is through, man. And we love it. So continue on praying for the downfall of this place. So this is in the BBC News. Let me see. It's pretty much about the same. U.S. President Donald Trump has said musical performances celebrating the country's 250th birthday should call off after several artists dropped out. Yeah, they don't want nothing to do with you. So now he says cancel it. He said on post on Truth Social, calling the slate performers overpriced and boring. See, so when it doesn't go his way, now before, why was they overpriced and boring before they started to drop out? So now things are not going your way. You want to try and add insults and shit. That's how this guy gets down. They got Vanilla Ice and Milli Vanilli are still on. Milli Vanilli, bro. Them niggas' career failed. I remember when their career failed. The damn tapes went crazy on stage on them niggas, and them niggas, they was found to be lip syncing. Oh my goodness. Girl, you know it's true. Girl, that shit started skipping on their asses, and them niggas' career, motherfuckers is out here in an outrage. Burning them damn cassette tapes and shit like that up back then. I remember that shit, because them niggas was big. And they never came back from it. And here you go, you got these motherfuckers selling, supposedly, what they about to perform? Them niggas used to be skipping around on stage with them little skinny ass leggings on. Matter of fact, they was probably some of the first niggas to wear leggings. You know what I'm saying? These same leggings these chicks is wearing today, man. Man, come on, bro. So it says Freedom 250 announced on Saturday that the president will headline the fair's opening ceremony. So, because he said that he pull in more viewers than Elvis Presley, which he probably do, because people do like to hear him on the bullshit. So basically, it's a bunch of artists that Edomites like, you know what I'm saying? Because ain't nobody listening to this shit. Fuck listening to some damn Vanilla Ice, some fucking some damn. Come on, bro. I'm ordering my representatives to look at the feasibility of doing an America is Back rally. America is back. Back where? Only great patriots invited, he wrote, calling himself the #1 attraction anywhere in the world, as saying, yep, he's get much larger audiences than Elvis in his prime, see? He later doubled down, saying he wanted to replace the planned fair altogether with a rally. We should have a giant Make America Great Again rally for 250 instead of having overpriced singers who nobody wants to hear, whose music is boring, and yet who do nothing but complain, see? Well, they was just fine until motherfuckers started to cancel on your ass, right? This dude is through, man. Anyway, this is the fall of matter of fact, let me get that fall of our enemies right before our very eyes, man. So applaud it. Trust me when I tell you, man, and pray. I'm talking about throw up serious, hardcore prayers to the Lord that the 250th anniversary of America be the worst fucking day of these people's lives. And let it be shown, you know? Ecclesiasticus 25:7. There be 9 things which I have judged in my heart to be happy, and a 10th I will utter with my tongue. A man that have joy of his children, and he that liveth to see the fall of his enemies. Ain't nobody talking about no 250. No, where's the excitement? You think people would be celebrating that already? They would already be celebrating something that's supposedly that big. People would have been celebrating last month, a month ago. You think that they would have been celebrating all year long? This would have just been a year-long celebration. Starting January 1st, you think that they would have been like, yep, this is our 250th year we going into. We about to something every single weekend, something every single month, something leading up to the Big Bang. You know how they have with the fireworks, you know what I'm saying? It starts off light, you know, you boom, 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 you know what I'm saying? It's pretty, you know what I'm saying? And then all of a sudden you get to the center, and then you just, and it gets great. And then just when you thought it was over, you got what you call a grand finale. Boom, 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 boom. That's when everything goes off. You're like, oh, shit. You know what I'm saying? You think America would have been on that starting at the beginning of the year. And here you go, you at June, and people just riding along, just, you know what. Now, you're going to smell some grills. There's going to be some people that's going to throw some meat on the grills, because they ain't got no damn sense. But, especially amongst you, Jake, because the real Americans is the people that stole the place. Let's just be real here. You're a citizen here. Yeah, if you was born here, yeah, you're a citizen. But you're not an actual American. Which they're not actual Americans neither. They're actually Edomites. But the ones that stole the place and that actually benefit from the place, those are the true Americans. So let them celebrate it. What are you niggas doing? You shouldn't waste one penny on that shit. You shouldn't even drive your car that day. You should save your fucking gas, man. Be ready to go back to work, man. And look at how miserable your so-called white employee counterparts look when they get back to work. Because I've been paying attention to them with all these holidays. They come back to work on a Monday, they be looking stupid as hell. They don't be looking like they're worn out because I had way too many drinks. I had a great time. I'm just tired. I could use some more sleep. But man, I had a blast. No, these motherfuckers be looking like, oh my goodness, I can't even believe everything was just horrible. It was just a terrible day. It just wasn't there. No one was happy. Everything just went wrong. It just didn't have the feeling, dude. That type of shit. Anyway, man, let me get on out of here though. I just wanted to just touch on this article real quick because this place is through, man, and y'all better get away. The Lord is extending a hand right now, telling you to repent. Repent to the Father Yahweh in the name of His Son Yahweh. We cannot stress it enough because the Lord is setting this place up for doom. This place is about to go, and you can feel it. You can feel it, man. So with that, pray that the lesson was edifying. Kwame Yasha Allah and the Baba Ball.